Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be building 3 scenes for 3 different sets that I have of LEGO Star Wars. Once I am done building the mock, I'm going to be taking a picture and then you guys will be voting on which one was the best. So let's get right into it. So these are the 3 sets that I'm going to be using in this video. The first one I'm going to be doing is this ATST down here, then I will be doing the ATTE, and then finally I will be doing a mock with the ATAT. But right now, all I'm going to be using is this ATST for the first build. For the camera view, I'm going to have it like kind of down here, and then the ATST pointing at the camera, as well as a minifigure right in front of the camera. So we'll get into building that. The first build is going to be taking place on the planet Hoth. The minifigure that we're going to be capturing the point of view from is going to be the main character of the mock. And for this one, it's going to be a Rebel Hoth Trooper. My plans for the mock is to make a bunch of trenches and have the Hoth Trooper looking up at the ATST from within the trenches while the ATST is aiming down at the main character. These mocks are going to be a little bit easier to build and a lot less time consuming because details aren't really much of an issue for this mock. Since I'm going to have the camera view only seeing half of the mock, other parts don't really matter. As well as since your eye is mainly going to be attracted to the minifigure and the big towering ATST in the background, the smaller details as well as other details in the background aren't going to be the first thing that you're going to be seeing. So any extra details are just some fun Easter eggs if you want to go back and look at the pictures and examine the details more closely. Okay, so I just finished building the first mock, and the perspective of the photo is going to be down like that. So I'm going to have it kind of all like that. I'm going to show the photo at the very end of the video, but for now, let's move on to the next mock. This mock is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be building with 2 different base plates instead of having it all on one base plate. The ATTE is a pretty big set and takes up a large gray base plate of about 48 by 48 studs big. And since distance is something that we're trying to capture in these photos, I have to have the different ATTE mock off to the side and further behind. So the second base plate that I'm going to be doing now is a lot smaller, and I'm adding height to it so that we can see more of the ATTE and other things won't be in the way of distracting the viewer from the main points of the photo. The second base plate, which is going to be a lot smaller, is going to house the main character of this photo, which in this case is just some old B-1 battle droid. I also added a droid carrier just for some extra details, as well as fire in front of the main character to signify that the ATTE has already shot and taken fire. So now that these 2 mocks are completely finished off, I'm going to have the first smaller base plate with our main character up closer to the camera, while the ATTE base plate is going to be back further. Now, the last mock that I'm going to be building is going to be surrounded around the set of the AT-AT. I'm gonna go for more of a city look, which is mainly inspired by the campaign in the game Battlefront 2 where Iden Versio and Agent Miko hijack a AT-AT and kind of walk through the city. So the first thing that I built was a turbo laser. This is going to fit in with the story behind this mock because the main character is going to be a rebel trooper with his group that will be hijacking this turbo laser. But unfortunately for them, the AT-AT has noticed them and is taking aim at the rebel troopers. I had to make it on top of a building because the AT-AT can't move its head down, so I had to keep it level with the head. I don't have to add much detail on the flooring on the top of the building because that's mainly going to be taken up by a bunch of rebel troopers and stormtroopers. Overall, this mock turns out really well, and I'm really proud of how I made the turbo laser. I'm also super happy with the story behind it, even propping up a stormtrooper up against the turbo laser and one climbing into the seat. Now all I have to do is take the pictures. Okay, so here are all the mocks that I'm doing. I made this one for one scene, these 2 for another, and then this one was my first one that I made. This one's the main character. This droid is going to be the main character, and then this rebel is going to be the main character as well. So all I have to do now is just take the pictures, and then you guys are going to vote. that is going to round out this video here. So if you guys want to interact with voting, I'm going to have a poll on my community tab that should be up as soon as you're watching this video, to where you can go vote on which picture is your favorite. But that's gonna round out today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.